Good evening and afternoon, wherever you are. This is Alan from the Blue Tweezers channel. Welcome to the channel. And we have a new live stream playthrough here with our old mate, Jordan McMullen. Hi, Jordan.
Hello, everyone. After a long hiatus.
Indeed. If any of the channel followers remember, we were playing Elusive Victory, quite a long scenario of Elusive Victory, in which victory eluded you by seemingly quite a margin, and we didn't really appreciate at that at the time. Yeah, so and since then our diaries have really failed to sync up at all, really. Holidays and everything. So we're on a Thursday now, although we should be getting back to Wednesdays, I think. Is that right, Jordan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should be getting back to Wednesdays.
So yes, and I did the Wargame chat yesterday. Hope you all had a look at that. We have the old lady as old lady plays has popped in. Hi, thanks for coming to see us, and this is running through this game. And so yeah, we've decided to go back in a bit of time. So we've done a lot of World War One, World War Two, Arab-Israeli wars stuff. So we were going closer and closer to present day, and now we've just done a complete U-turn and headed back to the Napoleonic era. So so we're in Russia. Napoleon against Russia. It's a operational studies group game. Nice company, been around for a very long time. Do like a few of their games, particularly the Napoleon at Bay series. I think that was a very good work there. I'll be honest, I'm not usually a fan of this system, but that was a very long time ago. We're talking probably last century when I last played any of this. I did have a copy of Napoleon at Leipzig, which was by Clash of Arms Games. So not an OSG game, but it was the same system. And yeah, I'm not sure I completely went for it, even though I really like the battle. And I do. You may actually look through the back catalogue on the channel and see that there's not much Napoleonics there. In fact, zero. But actually, I used to do quite a lot, and it's not by avoidance of not doing Napoleonics. It just tends to be a bit more involved than some of the stuff I've done. But we decided to head back to here. Jordan, this is one of your well, I wouldn't say favourite games, but one of your games you really like, as I understand.
As far as Napoleonics, I think this is about the only system I play.
Oh, okay, right.
for that era. I haven't played much other games, but I've really thoroughly enjoyed this one. I was introduced to it by a friend of mine who's big into Napoleonics.
Okay.
So
yeah, this was after the absolute thrashing I gave Jordan in the Elusive Victory. Not really. I thought I'd offer him the choice of the next game, and his choice was this, and so yeah, we're getting on. Hiya Crossing, good to see you again. Thanks for popping in last night as well on my chat. Did you see that, Jordan? I think you were busy, weren't you? Because otherwise we would have been doing this then. So there was a lot of great fun was had then, including me wrecking my mic stand by trying to stretch the mic too far and stuff.
I saw
like that.
a tweet about that.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It was a bit embarrassing trying to stretch it over to my other table, and yeah, the mic stand came with the mic and ended up all sprawled across my desk. And the last part of the live stream, I was kind of leaning over to talk into a mic, which was just propped up on my desk. But now it's back in place, and so you're going. So Chris, hi. Readers is in, brilliant. Are we using the hidden unit rules? I don't know. So this is entirely Jordan's. Shall we say you're in control here? This is, I know I can remember some of the rules, and I've had a quick look at the rule book. But this is over to you for telling us what we're doing here. So, are we using the hidden unit rules?
Well, so the good news probably for you is that the hidden unit rules are entirely optional.
Okay.
They're not actually written, in stone in the rule book.
Okay.
It's just listed near the end under options.
Right.
But we don't have to use it if you don't want to. It might actually make it a little bit easier to learn if you can see the other side also. So we can.
Well, no. Let's go with it, shall we? Let's go with it. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'm just going to wade in at the deep end and sink or swim. Well, I mean, there's a river in here somewhere, but yeah, you get the metaphor. So yeah, no, let's go for it. We'll get a request here from Ridders, so we can do it as long as you actually want us to use the hidden unit rules.
No,
as long as it's not
fine.
too much of a burden on top of you having to run with the rules.
No, I really do enjoy using the hidden movement. I actually ended up purchasing his wooden counter sleds that he sells on his website for
this is
Kevin
Zucker,
stuff. Yeah? So yes, Kevin Zucker.
Yeah, all right. Mm-hmm. Wooden sleds. Oh, is that for its like counter? So you prop it up.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah, or
I
stack.
remember those.
I think it's a stack of 5 counters, I believe.
Oh right.
They're used for.
They used to sell not him, but generally they used to sell like magnetic ones. So you could pop up, or you could put it up on a wall or something. Like you'd put your game map up on the wall with a sort of metal sheet behind it, and then you'd have these little holders, counter holders, and you could you could play on the wall rather than on a table. Never invested in any of that at all. So yeah, but I do remember that. So okay, so wooden little sleds. Interesting. Well, there we go. Well, we don't need that because we're doing Vassal this time anyway. Peter, hello. yeah. No, returning from last night. Don't you guys have something better to do? Two evenings in a row? Come on, guys. You have something better to do than listen to me waffle on. Maybe you're here because of Jordan. Obviously, you're here because of Jordan, not because of me.
Yeah, obviously.
Clearly.
Right. I'm the one reason you're still streaming.
Yeah, I would have wandered off into obscurity, internet obscurity. Sad little corner of the internet, very tiny corner of the internet. If it wasn't for Jordan, so very grateful for that. Absolutely, very grateful for that. So we're wittering on, and everybody's waiting for us to play some Napoleonics here. So I suppose we better get on with it.
Yes.
And we'll dispense with the niceties. So who's playing who then? So we've got the Battle of Shevardino, which is the prelude to Borodino. It's actually almost the same ground.
Yes.
And I kind of picked this because I hadn't played anything on this battle before. I haven't actually done any Borodino, actually, thinking about it from memory. No, it's one that I haven't done. So I thought it'll look interesting, and see what's what. And also shouldn't be too much of a size of battle. I thought it might be a bit smaller, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the entire French and Russian army. If we're looking at the board here, I'll turn off the box cover. Looks like we've got two massive armies here, so maybe I made a bad choice. I chose Shevardino, so he chose doing the system. I chose the battle, so I don't know, but maybe I don't think everybody was involved in the battle.
Well, it is the shortest scenario, so you chose properly there.
Shortest? Well, yes, because I think it's almost an evening battle, isn't it, or something like that? It's a
it's from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Or
Oh, tea time.
4 p.m.
Starts at tea time.
Yes.
And yeah, it's like a last session of cricket, isn't it? 4 to 8 p.m. That's That's very, well, not really civilized with fighting here, but yeah, it's an interesting time. Okay, so and the turns are hourly, half hourly.
They are hourly.
Hourly. Oh, okay. So it's only 4 turns. 5 turns.
5 turns.
5 turns. Yes, because 4 p.m. is the first one. So yeah, 5 turns. Oh, okay. So we may not be keeping you that long, or I suspect you are, because I'm going to be muddling through it anyway. Certainly. Peter, you're ignoring work until the meeting. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's crack on. Make it worth your while for the hour. So, which side's which here? Who's playing who? I chose the battle. You choose the side.
I think I will choose the French.
Okay. Dastardly French. Okay, so I'll retire into the Russians, because I'm currently as an observer here. So, and bingo, we get some revealed units here. Okay. So
So we'll start with the basics.
Okay.
We've got leader counters that obviously have the name of the leader and a little picture there. For, I believe, all of them have pictures.
Yes.
It essentially shows if it's a solid counter, like it's blue or brown, I think, for the Russians.
Yeah.
It's their overall commander. So
okay.
I would have Napoleon, and you might have...
I think I got Bagration.
Yeah, Bagration. Okay. And then...
Yeah, I don't think Dusov is anywhere about. No. It looks like Bagration. He's solid anyway. He is solid.
Yes. Yeah, okay. I think in this system, he's actually kind of in the rear, just hanging out. Which he did historically. He wasn't very active because he didn't want to fight this battle, believe it or not. He wanted to keep running. Yes. And the Tsar was essentially said, "No, we stand here and fight." So he removed himself from the situation. Didn't want anything to do with the outcome. But...
Yeah, this was the Tsar's order, wasn't it? You have to fight.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And he was like, great.
That's exactly what Napoleon wants us to do, but okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Bagration, which is there. Everybody should be able to see him, highlighted on the screen.
Their overall commander.
Yes.
The number in brackets is their command point. Command points they can use to activate stacks or formations.
Okay.
Of a core. I believe each units with different colored stripes, matching colored stripes, represents a core of units.
Yeah, so it's the band underneath. In the sort of across the top.
The unit name, yes. Yeah, or the unit ID.
Yeah, or with the leader, it's the name of the corps, isn't it? Yeah, that's the.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, and so the command points, for a overall commander, you don't have to roll to activate that commander. They're special. They can just issue orders immediately. There's no need to, determine whether they can issue them or not. Yep.
Whether they sit on their arse or not. Okay.
Yes, there are officers that have a white base.
Yes.
On the bottom half of the counter.
Yeah.
Their numbers are in, I don't know how you would describe that. It's not really brackets, but
is it not brackets?
Brackets.
Brackets. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But the overall commanders are like the square brackets.
Oh, okay.
And then the officers are the curved brackets.
Yep. Yeah. So Bagration's.
I don't know the exact proper terminology there, but so when it's in the officers, you actually have to roll a die whenever you want to activate that officer.
As long as the overall commander hasn't given them a direct command with their command points.
Correct. Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. So it's like initiative.
So Napoleon can issue an order to Eugene, which is his brother-in-law. Which I think for the overall commanders, their command range is 4 hexes. Yep. So they can issue orders to either an officer within 4 hexes or a stack of units within 4 hexes.
Or
and under
multiple,
markers,
or just singles? Multiple?
As many points that they have. So you may have 2 points essentially. So you can issue one. You can use one of those points to issue an order to an officer, a subordinate officer.
Okay.
Or you could issue one of those points to a stack of units in a single hex.
Okay.
It's essentially a way of if you have units that are out of the range of their commander in their core, you can use an officer or an overall commander to command those units, without the need for their core commander.
Okay, yeah.
So essentially the die roll listed on the officers, it's usually a 4 or a 3, or sometimes it's a 2, or, you roll a die, and if the number is, I believe, less than or equal to that number,
right,
that core is activated. So that leader and any units within a command range of 3, I believe, for the officers.
3.
Real quick.
3 hexes, moving points?
Yes, 3 hexes.
3 hexes, okay. And that's the same for everybody, yeah? All the officers?
Yes, all the officers, yes.
Okay, great. So 3. Right. And the range for the command point for the overall commander? So how close does he need to be to the officer to give him the order?
That is 4 for the overall commander.
4, okay. Right. 4 hexes,
so
okay.
they have more effective range of issuing orders and such.
So the overall command keeps having to wander around the board ordering people.
Correct.
On turns. Okay, that's cool. Yep. Right. Carry on. Okay. So so their bracketed number is what they roll against their initiative, and then anything within 3 hexes that is in their command, part of their core, we can they can order those. Brilliant. All right.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. Correct. So then we have the units are designated by their NATO symbols. I'm sure I don't have to explain those to you. But the first number is their combat strength. The second number is their initiative.
Yes. So
this represents brigade or divisional, or probably brigade commanders of that unit. And essentially, if they're out of range of their officer, they can roll initiative for themselves to see if you can move the unit by itself.
Gotcha, okay. This is actually very similar to the Napoleonic Bay system, actually. But yes, carry on.
I think he's kind of stuck to the same general system, just kind of given a little twerks here and there.
Yeah, I think this is since when I played it a long time ago, I'm not sure there was much of this in there. This has kind of been, I think it's grafted across or something maybe. My memory might be faulty, but I don't remember too much to worry about on the command side. But carry on. Yes. Anyway, yes. And the third is movement, I suppose?
The third is their movement points.
Okay. Presumably you've got a terrain effects chart.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got it up now at the moment. So
the only thing I haven't been able to find is the turn record track, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure why they don't have that on here, but I have the scenario book in front of me, so we just know that it's from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So 5 turns total.
Okay.
All right, so there is, with the fog of war rules, or the hidden movement rules, there's line of sight. Line of sight can also be used for artillery units. The line of sight is...
I've found the turn record track. It's on the extreme right of the map.
Oh, it's printed onto the map. Oh, okay, very cool.
Well, I don't think. I think it's just been grafted for this vassal module.
Okay. Yeah, because this is the old map, actually. Believe it or not, for the first edition of Napoleon against Russia, there's a new map.
Yeah,
but
I think it looks
hasn't
quite
really
good, actually.
changed.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the art style is just slightly better, but it's an older
I think it looks
version of
quite
the
cool.
map.
Yeah, I think it looks quite cool. But yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so the turn record track's there anyway. Yeah. Good.
Mm-hmm. And there is a terrain effects chart for movement and combat, also under the TLNB tab.
Yeah, yeah. I had a look at the. That's the terrain effects. It's either ones or twos, really, isn't it? Unless marsh is bad for cavalry and horse artillery, but yeah, cavalry and horse artillery, there's quite a variation, but it's either one or a two for everybody else, isn't it? Okay. And combat.
Yep. So if you check the event table too, it's got a list. It's tables for command range, so the type of officer that they are. Commander. There's a commander officer occasionally who will have a number in the square brackets, but he has a white bottom to his counter. Okay. He's kind of in between a commander and an officer. It's
right. Kind of like a wing commander kind of thing.
Yes. But the commander officers, if they only have one activation point, they must use that point to activate their own corps first before anything else. If they have two, some officer commanders have two activation points. The first one they have to spend to activate their own corps. The second one they can use to activate anyone else in range.
Yeah.
And it also has a section of line of sight here.
I don't think I have any of those, so I don't need to worry about
it. I have one, Marshal Davout.
Okay.
He's considered an officer commander.
Yeah, well, he's pretty tasty by reputation. I suspect most of mine are not brilliant, actually. They have to be told what to do. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Fine. So we've got the counters. We seem to have wagons as well.
Yes, those are supply wagons. Essentially, that is how your corps traces back to their supply wagon to see if they're in supply. For the most part, it's continuous along roads and primary roads and secondary roads. Okay. It's a infinite length back to their supply wagon.
Right.
The only problem is if the supply wagon gets cut off or captured for bid, it's pretty devastating for the corps itself. They can't trace supply back to their corps train.
Okay, and what if they're not? What if the units themselves aren't on the road to trace back? Do they have something?
They trace back let me pull up the column here. So it's infinite along the road. They can trace up to 14 hexes to a road, and then follow the road all the way back to the baggage train.
14. Wow. Okay.
14. Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So it's not going to be an issue in this.
Yes, game. It's quite difficult in a lot of the smaller scenarios for a corps to actually extend themselves out of supply.
Yeah.
I've noticed in my experience that it very rarely happens.
Okay.
But you don't want to leave them too far back because enemy cavalry can be a little challenging if you have a proper opponent.
Okay.
That sends the cavalry in the rear. But the so if you capture a baggage train, it's 2 VPs awarded to the opponent.
Okay.
Also.
Right.
So
good.
We'll
okay.
Start...
So stacking. So any stacking restrictions?
Stacking. Any 2 combat units, regardless of their size, type, or formation, may stack. If a unit has divisional integrity, meaning all of the units are from the same division.
Yeah.
Which is
they can all stack together then, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There can be up to 3 if they're all have divisional integrity.
Right.
If there's a leader stacked in the hex, the stacking limit increases to 5.
Okay. Yeah, I
two
can
of
see.
which...
I've got examples here where there's 3 stuck together, which have the same.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is the 27th Division. It looks like they've got
Yes.
27 on them. That's showing on the screen. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and so
The first...
yeah, leaders
The
can.
first number to the far left is their corps designation, and then the inner number is their usually their... Oh, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. The farthest out is their division. The inner is their corps.
Oh, looks like the same all way as the other way around with me. That's the same as that.
Oh yes, it is. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the
the French are different.
Looking at the wrong...
The French are driving on the wrong side of the road, so yeah. So they got the map, the numbers around the wrong way, but yeah, maybe not. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So there is a card system to this game.
Okay.
It's optional.
Right.
It's not really necessary. It essentially, the unit, when you play a card, it determines the movement rate of some of your units.
Right.
So your infantry and cavalry might actually increase their movement, or it might decrease their movement, or it might stay the same based on the card that you play. The card can also have an event that occurs. I know, for example, in Napoleon's Last Gamble, there's, Napoleon gets sick, or he's ill, and he can't, he's taken off the field essentially for however many turns.
Yeah.
It's certain events that add a little more chrome to the system, that can make it a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
We can use that if you want.
Yeah,
we don't have to.
Yeah, go
on. Okay.
Go on.
So so for each turn, each player draws one card. During the second turn of the scenario, they get bonus cards only once, only on the second turn. Okay. In this Battle of Shevardino, the Russians receive 3 bonus cards plus the one that they drew, so they would have a total hand of 4. And the French receive 2 bonus cards, and they would have a total hand of 3.
Okay.
And then every hour, every turn, each player draws 1 card to their deck.
Gotcha. Okay. So one at the start, then three or 4, then 1 more, then 1 more, then 1 more, and then that's the end of the game. Yeah.
Correct. Gotcha. Yes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll add that in. Okay. Now, from what I remember, the big thing about this system is the Zocs. I remember they've got locking Zocs here.
Yes.
So when you move adjacent to somebody else, you can't move away unless there's a result of combat.
Very, very sticky Zocs.
Yeah, locking, I think they used to call them. Locking Zocs. Yeah. Which was, I must admit, one of the things I went, not sure I like that. But yeah, okay, cool.
Yes.
So I know the Zocs are.
So when you move into a Zoc, you essentially stops your movement entirely. You can, some units can retreat before combat if it's a cavalry unit.
Yes.
And it's fighting infantry. They can retreat before combat because they're faster.
Yes.
Essentially, you compare the movement allowance of the units.
Okay. And you have to attack as well, don't you? Anything adjacent?
Yes. Yeah, it's a mandated attack to any guys that you're adjacent to. Although the artillery can be useful because there's a special rule, or not really a special rule, but a rule called soak-offs, where essentially if a unit is bombarded in that turn, it doesn't have to be attacked.
Yes.
So the artillery can be used to kind of free up.
Yeah, it's coming back to me. Yeah. No, I remember that. Yes, it's sort of the soak-off idea for artillery. Yeah, which again was one of the things I sort of went about, because I'm not sure there was ever a load of artillery on the flank just keeping other people busy while you had a fight, but yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Good.
I mean, I'm no expert on Napoleonic warfare.
Sure.
I don't pretend to be,
Yes.
but I I found that a little difficult to understand at first, but
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about this system that I enjoy.
That's cool. No, that's all right. It's just, as I say,
But
things are coming back to me on the whole thing. So, we got Peter ask a question. Where's the Redoubt on the map that was southeast of Shevardino? Or yeah, so southeast. You mean the Redoubt at Shevardino? Let's have a quick look.
there should be.
Can't see anything that looks particularly like a Redoubt on the map. Because there was, I mean, the Borodino had the old the Fletchers and the Great Redoubt, didn't they? Which was kind of further back, wasn't it? But not that far back.
Yes, there should be a improved position marker.
Okay.
Do you not see that on the?
If it's a marker, it's a marker. Yeah. Let's have a quick look if I can.
It essentially looks like a naval mine.
A naval mine.
to be descript.
Yeah. No, I can't see it. So the only marker that isn't units I can see are control markers. So should be in the hex south of the village. Hex south of the village. Is there more than? Just moving stuff out. Oh yeah, there is one. Yeah, it just doesn't actually show up when you hover over the hex. But yes, it is there.
It is there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There it is. The naval mine. Yep.
Yeah. So probably there were others, and I just can't see them because the hovering doesn't show them, which is a little annoying.
Yeah, that's an issue that I discovered with the vassal modules. I'm not sure why it does that. I guess the guy who designed it that way.
Yes.
They're almost like part of the terrain, so they don't show up unless you move the counters out of the way. Which is a little
that's right. Yeah,
frustrating.
they don't even unstack when you unstack. So,
yeah,
interesting. Okay, right.
If you're curious, you can actually build those.
Okay.
If you wanted to build more of them, but you essentially have to spend your entire activation of that unit not moving.
Mm-hmm.
You place a construction marker on them.
Yes.
And you have to roll a die every turn. If you roll a 1, it's complete.
All right.
Any other result is
doesn't sound like there's time for that.
It takes a while.
Yeah, doesn't sound like time for that in this 5-turn game. No.
Yes. So we'll go ahead and run through the sequence of play if you'd like.
Sure.
Just to step by step through the scenario. So we begin with the weather segment, which actually in this game there is no weather because the entire Russian campaign was considered fair weather except at the very end, so the game doesn't make us roll for weather at all in any of the scenarios.
Okay.
So
that's fine.
So we start at 4 p.m. We begin with the card segment. So on the very first turn, we draw mode cards. And mode cards can essentially affect the not so much the logistics, but the readiness of certain units. It allows you to issue march orders to certain units. If you have a corps that isn't, where you want it to be or isn't near the front, you can essentially, if you get lucky, draw a mode card that allows you to issue a march order. You can select a corps and order them to march to a certain hex on the map or a town.
Yeah.
Okay. So under the card deck, we have 2 decks. We have our main deck and our mode card deck.
Yeah.
And we essentially draw the cards, and the vassal module's odd the way it does this, but we draw the cards from the mode deck and place it onto our hand box.
Yeah, I've got that. I've opened
that. So with this scenario, the French start with 2 mode cards, and the Russians start with 1.
Yep, I've got 1.
So you will... I'll draw 2 here real quick.
Okay.
Alright. So I've got 2. And then the number on the card is resolved based on the lowest number first is resolved first. So what number do you have listed on your card? It should be at the green bar.
Oh, okay. I've got a 5.
A 5? Okay. So I have a 2 and a 4. So that means essentially I have to play through mine first before you. Okay. So my first card is a late start.
Oh.
Which is unfortunate. It's not a great card. Essentially, this tells me that none of my commanders may move or transmit a command until awakened.
What? 4 in the afternoon?
Yes, they are. They are considered to be unawares or asleep.
They are having a tea break, aren't they? They are having an afternoon tea.
Yes.
French generals and marshals having an afternoon tea. Okay, I'll go with it. Okay.
We'll go into our markers box.
So each commander will awaken on die roll of 1, or if an awakened friendly commander moves into or through the sleeping commander's hex. They're actually sleeping. Okay. It's kind of siesta.
Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to find the.
So commanders means the overall commander and the officers, or
correct?
Everybody,
yes,
or everybody. So even Napoleon's having a lion, an extreme lion. Oh gosh. Okay.
Yes.
Any enemy unit engages a friendly unit within 10 hexes of the commander. Oh, okay. So if I do anything, then you guys could wake up. But the sequence of play, is it French first and then Russians?
It is.
Where did we go?
Yes, the French player.
Okay.
The French player is first.
Okay.
So no, wait. I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong. The Russian player is first.
Russian player is first. Okay. First player turn. Russians are first player. Okay, so it does matter. Okay. So I could just waste a turn here.
Yes.
Or potentially. I mean, you could die roll and get things moving. So yeah. At the start of every command phase, every command. Oh, you mean this lasts for more than 1 turn?
Yes, they are asleep until someone wakes them up, or they wake up themselves.
Just imagine these little buzzing bee sounds. Everybody's
the second card I drew, the mode card, is replacements.
Okay.
So I actually get to invert. Okay, so I essentially get 8 strength points for reduced units that I can flip over to their full strength side.
Okay.
Sometimes this can be good because initially, in some battles or scenarios, you do have some units that start reduced.
Yes. But on this occasion.
Yeah, I don't believe I do. Let me just take a quick look here.
Rita says they've been on the vodka and wine. Well, it's only them that's the late start. The Russians aren't on the late start. Well, not yet. I mean, we'll see what my card is, but...
No, I don't have any reduced units. Okay. That's fine. So that card really didn't do much of anything at all.
Okay, great.
So I will go ahead and put that into...
There's a VP number at the top. Is that relevant? You got a +1 for the late start
yes.
and a -1 for the replacement. So kind of cancel each other out. Do you have to play them?
Yes, so that... yes, the mode cards you do. Okay. You have to play them.
Okay, cool.
Yep. The event cards, you can play one per turn, or... well, I think you have to play one per turn in order to get... the two numbers at the slash, so one says 2/3, the other says 4/6. Yeah. That is the effect on the movement rate of your units for that turn, if you were to play that card. So the 2/3, the first number in front of the slash represents your infantry units, and the second number is your cavalry units.
Okay. So and is that like a maximum or something? Is that like?
Yes, yeah. That's essentially their movement allowance for that turn.
For the turn. Gotcha. Okay.
So there are some cards that give you 5, 7, so it increases your movement rates for your units. But these, the victory points, we don't have to tally until the very end of the scenario.
Okay. Right.
But then again, mine are net zero.
And does that movement rate last for the game, or just for the?
No, it only lasts for the hour. Yep. The hour
just
that
the starting hour. Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. Right. Okay, so no replacements, and you've got the late start. So I suppose my card will be the next one.
Yep.
So I have an early arrival, the opposite.
Oh, okay.
So all friendly at-start forces on the map are in command for the first turn. So this sounds kind
very
of like...
nice.
So it sounds like...
so...
Yeah, Kutuzov has really left the building.
So that means that your officers, you don't have to roll for at all. They're automatically considered in command.
Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Glad I decided to use the cards.
Yeah, I got a little bonus there.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
I'm snoozing away. Okay.
Yes. Taking the opportunity.
All right, so then we go to the command phase. So essentially at the beginning of the command phase, both players check their supply. Most of the time, that's not an issue, as long as you can trace back to supply wagons.
Sure.
Next is the recovery segment. So if you check your hand box, you have the eliminated units box. On the right-hand side. If a unit is full strength when it's reduced, it is placed in the left-hand side of that box, not the grayed out PEU box.
Yeah.
PEU stands for permanently eliminated units.
Okay.
If you flip a unit over and it has your nation's flag on it, it only has one step and it's permanently eliminated. If the unit is full strength, when it's reduced or when it's eliminated, it's flipped over to its reduced side and put into this eliminated full units box, not in the PEU. Okay. During the turn's recovery segment, you can roll for units in your eliminated full strength box.
Yes.
You roll against their initiative of the unit, the center number.
Yeah.
And then if you succeed, they're placed in the recovered box.
Hi, Tony from Tony Balls Life in. Hi, Tony. How you doing? He's our absentee from our Fields of Fire. We've been doing on the weekends, and we've been looking after his platoon. So yeah, hi Tony. Thanks for joining us. Sorry, carry on. I was in so okay.
No, you're fine.
Right. So when you take a loss, you actually remove the counter to that full strength units box.
Correct.
And then you recover it, and it comes back reduced.
Yes. Yeah, it comes back reduced.
And then when it's reduced and eliminated, you stick it in the grey box, and it stays there forever.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yep,
yeah,
it is permanently dead.
Okay. Good. Right.
Essentially, that's designed to represent units routing and becoming, spread out and disordered. And during the recovery phase, you kind of rally units back together into formations, and the unit comes back onto the map.
Yep. Okay.
So then we go to the command segment for the phasing player. So this is when you would get to roll for all of your officers, and your commanders can issue orders. Luckily for you, you don't have to.
I don't have to do that. Yes.
So they are all considered to be in command. So after that command phase, we move to the movement phase. So all of your phasing forces that have been activated, which is most all of them.
Everybody.
Yes.
Entire Rush army comes up and runs. It's not very Borodino. It's not very Borodino. It's not very Russian, is it? At all, this. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, I think Chris mentioned vedettes. Something to do with the hidden movement. Now, I kind of remember something about vedettes, but not actually on this system. It was on another system Kevin Circuit did, which was the 6 Days of Glory 1814, which was not quite this system and not quite the Napoleonic Bay system. It was kind of a middling level here, and I remember about vedettes there, and there certainly are vedettes in Napoleonic Bay as well.
Yes.
So I do know of them. So are we playing those?
Well, the thing is, that is another one of those options. No. It's I'm just
piling on the pressure here. All right.
No, you're fine.
We won't do the vedettes. All right. Okay. We'll leave the vedettes out of it for the moment. Yeah. Just to have at each other. Let's go for that. Because it's something about you can use vedettes to try and reconnoiter hidden stacks and stuff like that. So maybe we should use
some players prefer using the vedettes. Others don't. It's kind of based on, who's playing who, or what the players agree on. But yes, they can be used to break down light cavalry units into vedettes that can then move out and essentially reconnoiter enemy stacks.
Right. Okay.
And you can't attack a vedette, because once you do, they just retreat before combat automatically every time.
Yeah.
So they're essentially just a collection of 50 or so men in a cavalry unit that are essentially scouting out positions.
Yeah.
In my experience, we've used them, but they haven't been as effective as I might hope.
Okay. Well, you tell me if you want to use them or not.
I think it might be best to not use them this time.
Okay, great. We're not using them. Charles, hi. Thanks. Another chap who's spent the second evening with me and the channel. Glutton for punishment. Absolute glutton for punishment. But anyway, yes. Carry on. Right. So.
Yeah, sorry if the vedette stuff upsets anyone. My apologies. That's.
Stuff them. Go and watch somebody else's channel. Hey. Get a bit of Dan Pancaldi about it. Yeah, I get lost here. You don't like it. Yeah. Stuff you. Anyway. Okay. So back to the sequence of play. Where was it? Oh, okay. So, right, done the card segment, done the supply segment, done the recovery segment, reorganisation segment. We haven't got any eliminated units, so we don't do that either. So command segment. And in command segment, everybody's in command on my side, so I don't actually have to do this.
Correct.
May attempt to place formations and say how the command markers are placed on. So on the pontoon bridges may be reconfigured. Do I have any of those?
In this scenario, you are given 2 pontoon bridges.
Oh yeah, they're in my hand. Oh yes, I can see them.
Yeah, it says historically they were in 2316 and 2018.
2316. 2316. There. And where was the other one, sorry?
It was 2018.
2018. That's down here. 2018. Oh. That's where you are. Okay. Do I flip it to look like a bridge? Yeah, there we go. And
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read the rest of that. That's French pontoons were historically there. My apologies. That was my fault.
Okay. Oh no!
You can place yours. You can place yours wherever you'd like.
Okay, so you do have pontoons as well, yeah? So you have pontoons as well. All right. So.
Yeah, I have 2 pontoons.
Possibly there. So we place it on the hex side or something. We can't really orient it. There's nothing to.
Oh, does it not allow you to rotate? No. Okay.
So okay, I'll put one there. Where was the other one? Maybe there. Okay, yeah. Okay, done that.
Go ahead and place mine here. Okay. All right.
Good. Settings of play. So, done that. Movement phase. Command movement segment. With all these forces are in command. Well, that's the whole lot. And then initiative, I don't need to use that. And then it's combat. So, it's just a movement segment here. So, according to my card, I've got to move a 4 and 6.
Correct. Yep. Which is, I believe it's just the base movement.
Okay.
Usually infantry and artillery are 4 movement points.
Yeah, 6, 4, 6, 6, 3. I've got some 7s. Okay.
Some light cavalry. Yes,
yeah,
the light cavalry. The light cavalry is 7. Normally, they move faster than other cavalry units.
Right. So let's get some movement here. I've got cavalry corps, which is all over the place. It seems its trainers in the front line, its horse artillery in the front line, but its commander and its cavalry brigades are way back. It's a bit odd.
Yes. Yeah.
Who came up with that idea? Oh, there's another one here.
I believe these are at the historical dispositions, so
yeah,
I think the Russians might have found themselves in.
Maybe it was retreating or something like that.
Yes.
So the baggage trains can go where? They don't seem to have a number on them.
They can move 4 movement points, but they have to move along a road. They have to stick to a road, a primary or secondary road.
Okay, so we'll move him 1, 2, 3, 4. Get him out of the way. We'll bring this cavalry up. Can we mark moved? How does that look like it's moved? Is that the bit on the edge that's disappeared? Maybe. Okay. And we've got heavy cavalry here, so I'm going to.
Yes, there is a very small little thing on the side that says moved.
2. I'll zoom in then. So. Excuse me, I can't see anything here. It doesn't come up for me. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mine are popping up on the right-hand side of the counter. It's a little blue bar that sticks out on the end.
Oh, it's like really faint. I think
Yes,
so.
it's very small. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I got it. It doesn't appear on the on the baggage train, but it does appear on the units. Excuse me. So I think we'll 2, 3, 4. One, 2. Move. Move. 2, 3.
Yes. So just so you're aware, in this scenario, for as far as victory conditions, it's essentially holding hex 2419, which is
Yeah.
I believe is Shevardino.
Yes.
Each turn or each hour that one side controls that redoubt or that hex, they gain 1 victory point.
Okay. So this guy Glebov, who's he part of? Oh god, I've got another cavalry guy down here. Okay, so that's cool. Let's look at the terrain effects chart. I suppose the thing is, because you're just staring at a load of units with their backs, it's not going to be very entertaining for you while I do all this, especially the entire army
No,
to be moved.
it's totally. I mean, I play with the counter slides every time, so I'm used to seeing blank nothing.
Also, I have 4 MPs. Oh, okay, 4 MPs.
I believe with this vassal module, your units will automatically reveal themselves when we become within line of sight of each other.
Yeah. Let's have a quick look where he is. That's a really dumb place to be. Clear. Artillery. There's 1 MP. Okay, so you can come up this 1, 2. 3, 4. Okay. This is all 8th Corps. Okay. Stream. Plus 1. Okay. So that's 2, 3, 4. And they all come together, I think. So who else have I got here? Oh, pink. Pink is 2A Corps. Okay. It's a completely different corps.
Yeah, you're second artillery.
Okay,
so it's an artillery only corps.
Oh, okay. So they can be
unit or division. Yeah.
Right, they can. Okay, so they can stack with anybody. So
yes, anyway. Observing stacking limits and such.
But. Yeah. Actually, one thing I spotted from who is it from watching Nathan Wiseguy history. He was doing some bold stuff. Is that the up arrow actually moves a counter up to the top of the stack. The down arrow moves it to the bottom. So where in the past I've been kind of like trying to hover it over the top so it'll sit on the top of the stack. You can actually do it with the up arrow on the keyboard. So tip for anybody if anybody else hadn't spotted that, because I damn well hadn't.
I had no idea.
Huh. Yeah, I'm just gonna mark these guys moved. No, he was not moved. He's moved. Oh. I seem to have had a pontoon train has just appeared. I had one there. I'll just ignore it. Okay.
I wonder if they might have accidentally put it on the map and on your.
Okay. What else have we got? Oh, I've just moved. Wait a minute. Map moved.
Sorry, I was moving the card around.
Oh, was you? Okay. Streams +1. What about +1 for anybody? Yeah, anybody, but not baggage trains. Okay, that's fine. So that's 2, 3. No, he can't stack, so that's fine.
Dog.
Sounds like we got a critic. We got a critic. We'll move these guys forward, shall we? Yeah. 6, 2, 6. Actually, that was kind of dumb. Don't need to go that way. I'm going to go this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he'll go there as well. Not moved. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Oh, damn! I moved that guy. That guy was there. And that guy moves there. Carpop will go with them. We'll move this entire stack. M-Call, where are your trains, M-Call? Where's your baggage train? I'll have to find it later. Okay, so these guys haven't moved yet. Let's move these guys first. So I've got a pontoon there, so it's just 1 to go to there. 2. down a slope. What's that? It doesn't cost anything. Okay. Crest. No, no. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. These guys are over to there. Purple. Where are the purples? Oh wow, miles away. So if they're out of command, is there any effect on combat? Do you know?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay.
It's just their ability to move. Check on that real quick. Okay, so they cannot damage or repair bridges, and they may expend their full movement allowance during the individual movement segment only if they pass an individual initiative check, rolling against that unit's initiative in the middle. And they may not advance after combat.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so we're moving forward anyway. Oranges. Wow, this is pretty mixed up actually. They're actually quite mixed up.
Yes.
Again, there's another another core with a baggage train at the front. Well, maybe they were coming down this way.
Yeah, because I believe when you play the full campaign, the Borodino campaign, the Russians actually have an advance guard on the far left side of the map that is essentially trying to hold off the French for as long as possible.
Yes.
While also trying to retreat in an orderly manner.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where a lot of the mix and match and disorganization is coming from, is all the units rushing back to rendezvous with the rest of the Russian army at this point.
Might as well leave him there because he's kind of in a good place. If we... That's the greens. Where are the greens? The greens are here. So if we send the greens this way... 2, 3, 4... quite big, isn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3rd Cavalry. Okay. So first artillery, that's different from that lot. First artillery corps. So who are these greens? Seventh corps. Where's 7th corps? Oh, I've actually got another overall commander. I've got 2. I've got Barclay as well as Bagration.
Yep. Barclay was commanding the right wing of the Russian army.
Okay. I can't find the commander for these guys. These middle green ones. Oh yes, there he is. Sorry, staring me in the face. So 1, 2 there. Think the cavalry's up there. This is the guard, so I think I'll move him. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's definitely in the wrong place. 4, 5. To deal with as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and get with them. Oh, and touch calf. Who's completely separated. Move forward. 3, 4. Marker. Oh, he's done. Wow, okay. 1, 2, 3. First cavalry. Who's first cavalry? Yellows. Oh gosh. Again, miles away. Where's his commander? First cavalry, where are you? That's the fourth, so that's not the same one, it's that one. He's second. First. No idea where the commander is. Anyway, these guys will go 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Gratian will stick. It's probably a good way. And Barclay will move. Right, move the guys underneath. Ah, no. It's third cavalry. Oh, Jesus. Third cavalry? Cavalry's all mixed up all over the place. It's fourth cavalry. There for the moment. Oh yeah, third cavalry's up there, but without a commander. Don't know where the commander is. Okay, I think that's it, I suppose.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So I didn't go anywhere near you, so there's no combat. So it's your turn.
Well, although it doesn't appear that it does it automatically, the line of sight stuff. So we have to actually go through and check line of sight and reveal markers that can see each other.
Okay. Yep.
Essentially, the range of line of sight is 3 hexes.
Okay. As long as there isn't anything in the way.
Yeah. Blocking terrain are like crest lines, forests, towns.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Okay. So you can't see those. You can't see those.
Yep.
You can't see them. You can't see them. You going across a hex side. Line of sight. One hex is blocked, the other one isn't. Oh, 3. Oh, you should be able to see from there. So these guys should be. So it's unmasked, presumably.
Yes.
You'll be able to see him.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting a phone call here. Just a second, I'll be right back.
Okay. Just checking here. Don't think you can see
there. All right, my apologies. I'm back. Had a quick phone call.
I think you can see them.
I believe some of my... Well, actually... No, I'm below you, so I cannot see them. Okay.
I think that's everybody.
Yes.
It's difficult, to know what he looks like from this side. Charles, Charles has got to do grandpa duty again. All right, cheerio, mate. Thanks for popping in.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, he had to do the same thing yesterday. Joe has got La Bataille de Dresde. That's a biggie. Haven't punched it yet. Well, La Bataille is quite chewy. You have to gird your loins for that one. I've got quite a few of the old ones. I haven't got anything of the new ones. I think my latest one was Lutzen, which again it's probably last century that I bought it. So but yeah, that's
but they do have the Marie Louise rules, which are new, which apparently are very simplified.
So those were those what they used to be called the regulations of the year 22 or something?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. So I've got those. So they've been around a long time. So I got a copy of those quite a while ago. I can't remember what was different between them. I know they're supposed to be simpler.
Yeah, the reason the reason I mentioned that was my friend. He recently got La Bataille de la Moscova, which they reprinted recently.
Oh yes, they did, didn't they? Yes.
And it's the entire Battle of Borodino.
Yeah.
On four maps, so it's quite a beast.
Yeah, that was the original. That was the first of the whole series. The old, even I think it was been before it was Marshall Enterprises. So I bought the Clash of Arms one. So I got Eylau, Auerstat. Did have Quatre Bras, I think. Okay, I'll turn around and have a look. They don't actually say on the side, so not Quatre Bras. I got Quatre Bras and I've got Ligny as well.
Oh, wow, okay.
Got those. Haven't touched them for years because it's quite involved stuff. Lovely counters, of course. Wonderful counters. Always been the trademark. I remember, I must have been in like 20s or something, turning up at a games fair in Sydney, Australia. And somebody had Eylau there and sort of took the lid off and had a look and saw all these amazing pieces. It was wonderful sort of designs on the front. I thought, go over that one, and that was the start. Which actually Eylau is probably one of the drabbest of the lot. It's not, because most of the Russians look identical, and the French are okay, but they're kind of pretty constant. And you've got the sort of very spangly Napoleon's Guard stuff, like the Mamelukes and the Polish Lancers and stuff like that. Which look quite cool. But anyway, sorry. Right, we're on wrong game. Talking about the wrong game here.
still Napoleonic.
Wandering off. So we've done the LOS.
Yes,
I think so. I can see Napoleon.
Yes, you can. He is currently asleep.
I didn't unmask him, did I? No. Okay. Got the artillery and got the guys just across the bridge, and that's it. Yeah. Looks likely. Okay, great. So that's done. LOS phase, cavalry retreat.
Yep, that would be if cavalry is positioned adjacent to combat stack.
Yeah,
If the cavalry have enough movement points exceeding that of the attacker, they can retreat before that step.
Yes. Okay.
So then we move to the artillery reaction fire step.
Okay.
So the
I don't remember any of this. This is
me.
New. Yeah.
Yes. I can bombard units within range.
Yes.
But currently,
range is what?
Range for artillery is 2 to 3 hexes.
2 to 3.
They cannot bombard adjacent.
Okay, yeah, 2 or 3 hexes. Good, yeah, got you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. At 3 hexes, though, they get a -1.
Okay.
Or no, they're half strength. I'm sorry.
Right.
So the barrage factor is the first number. At 3 hexes, that is halved.
Yeah.
So they're less effective at longer range. And I actually cannot hit any of your guys because they are over a hill. It looks like they are on top of a hill. They're at a higher elevation than my.
There's the cavalry in the woods. 2219.
So the artillery actually can't bombard into woods.
Oh, okay, right, good.
Yep.
And I'm up a hill in 2319. I'm up a hill, not.
Yes.
So you can't bombard up a slope.
Correct. Yeah. If we are not at the same elevation, if I'm lower than you, I can't fire at you. But if I'm at a higher elevation, I can still fire down at you.
Okay.
Gotcha. But as far as line of sight, that because you're on a higher elevation on that hill, I can't really, see you.
No, that's good. Okay. Gotcha. All right, so no artillery reaction fire. Attack declaration. Mm-hmm. Well, there ain't any of those.
Yep.
Bombardment step. So I can bombard.
Yes. Any units within range.
So, yeah, I do have a couple of guys. So this chap here, Bellinghausen, can go 3 hexes.
Okay.
He can 1, 2. Probably a good idea to bombard the infantry just over the pontoon bridge.
Okay.
Dupoulin and Longchamp. Okay, so it's 3 hexes. I've got 2. Do I combine or do I fire separately?
You can combine, yes, if you have other artillery units that can.
Yeah, so I've got
that same target.
I do have another one. Can you see overwoods if you're up a slope? Oh no, he's not up a slope, so no. Scratch that. Didn't even ask that. Yeah, I've got another point. So I've got 3 points here. I've got some horse artillery which can see you across the river.
Okay.
Up here.
And they're all at 3 hex range.
Mm.
So your bombardment though is halved. Just so you're.
So it's 1.5. Probably round down to 1.
Yes.
Okay.
And the target is in an open hex. There is no modifier for weather. It is not enfilade fire. So, yep, you are just on the 1 column on the bombardment table.
There's nothing for unit target density or anything like that, no? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I don't believe so, no.
Okay, that's fine. So just on the 1 chart. So it's 1d6, presumably. 1d6, no modifiers. So, so we get some firing. Whoa! Everybody, don't get too excited. There we go. A 3. A 3 is a dot. So a dot is nothing.
So a dot is nothing, no effect.
And I think that's all I've
got.
So
you would have... the artillery, you kind of have to combine into a pretty sizable sizable force if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Okay, so after that, do you have any more bombardment, or
No,
that's it?
that's it.
Okay. So then, sequence of play again. We don't have any
Michael's
attack
in. Hi, Michael.
declarations.
Yeah, thanks for it again. Another person, 2 nights in a row. As I say, I keep berating you guys for doing this. Can do something more interesting. Sure, 2 nights in a row. Could be afternoons for you, so could be at work as well. So, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for popping in again. Sorry, carry on. Is it your turn yet?
Yep. Yes, it is my turn.
Ah.
So.
Okay. So
we don't have any combat, so it goes over to the second player.
Yes. So command phase, you have to roll loads of ones.
Yes.
Including Napoleon.
So I will have to roll for Napoleon first. 6. Nope, he is fast asleep. Murat. 6 again. Wow. And Davout. Another 6. Wow, that's not good.
Okay. That's vassal dice roller. Thank you.
Yeah.
3 6s. Going for Yahtzee here. Wrong game.
All right. So they are still asleep. But then I can roll for my officers.
Yes.
We'll start with Eugene. He is a 4. So I need a 4 or less on the die. Oh, of course he's
still in sleep, isn't he? Aren't they all asleep?
That's only commanders.
Oh, right. So commanders doesn't include officers. So, good. Okay, go for it.
Yes.
Sorry.
So the officers. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he's.
But I rolled a 5, which wasn't enough, so he's inactive.
Yeah. Bit of a snooze as well. Extra scones with jam, I think, for the afternoon tea. Oh, that looks good.
In command.
Who was that?
That was Nonsuti of the 1st Cavalry.
Cavalry, okay, right.
Then we roll for Montburon. He's a 4. Wow, no, he's not in command. Then we roll for Poniatowski, the Poles. A 3, he's good. Okay. So Poniatowski and Nansuti are in command this turn, which isn't great.
You're probably right at the back.
We'll take it.
Yeah. Sod's law. They're right at the back. There's sort of Sleeping Beauty spell or something that seems to have beset the French army. Lazy on a Sunday
what's
afternoon.
Nice though is the units that are currently revealed, the ones under the pontoon and the artillery just above them.
Yes.
Just above them. They are out of range of their corps commander, which was Davout. So they can possibly roll for their own initiative to see if they can move by themselves.
Yeah.
So we'll try to see if we can get the guy directly behind him. He is a 3. Miss. Okay. We'll try the 1,7 artillery unit with a 4. He's good, so he's active for this. And then they're both, one is a 4, one's a 3. Okay, so the top one is a 3. No, that's a miss. Second one is a 4. That is okay. So what we'll probably try to do
okay, so you don't need, and yeah. So there's no. So you need to move Nansuti's lot and Poniatowski's lot in the command movement segment, and then you move the initiative guys.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I'm not sure if it makes any difference. I mean, I don't know if they're next to each other or anything, but yeah, 2 different segments. Just getting in my head on the sequence of play there.
So Nansuti is going to move up with Napoleon and wake him up. Time to get moved.
Yep. Go back to that card. Sorry, yeah, moving the thing. Apologies.
No, you're fine. I have it set to not pop to where you're moving counters, so.
Yeah, I'm just looking at your card thing. So it says awake a friendly commander. If a negative, so is he a commander? Non-CT's an officer, isn't
he? Yes.
So he can't wake Napoleon up. Only one of the other commanders can do that.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, Napoleon's having a nap. Go away, says his guard.
Yes, that's.
But the battle's about to start. Go away. Turn around. Bugger off. You don't get past the Mamelukes. We're going a bit quiet, so I'll have a chat while Jordan's doing his thing. Yeah, so not an amazing amount of action so far, but I mean that was likely because we were going through the rules a bit as well. So I think kind of the wrong side got the early start. Kind of reversed.
Yeah.
And
quite unfortunate.
Yeah, so let's see if I missed anything from the chat. Jeffrey says that Eugene and Murat were up around 4:30 a.m. on the 5th. Gosh, must have some literature there on that. Yeah, so this is the well, we've got non-CT and Poniatowski instead this time. Well, not exactly 4:30 a.m., isn't it? 4 p.m.
Yeah.
That's just really bizarre. Ooh. There's some movement on the flank. Obviously, these guys down the south weren't invited to the afternoon tea.
Yeah, they're the Poles. I mean.
Well, okay, yeah. Don't invite the Poles. Yeah, never invite the Poles.
Yeah. That's terrible, but you know.
They drink out of their saucers, don't you know? Sorry. No disparaging anybody, honestly. Just having a bit of a wag here. Yeah. Just trying to extend the joke probably a little bit too much. Anyway, where are we now?
come to the independent units.
Let's hope they're on their in their saddles. Interesting thing, just let you know for the chat, I was in Palace of Versailles a few years ago, 4 years ago, and interesting enough, there was a you do the sort of, well, not in any official capacity, I hate to add, just being a tourist, and there was a little ante-room to I think it wasn't that far from the Hall of Mirrors, but not adjacent to it. There was a sort of ante-room, like one of those sort of corner corridors that you enter, and then you immediately go to the left, and it's kind of like a sort of not like a round square-shaped room, a small square-shaped room, but down one side, surrounding one of the windows, there was portraits of all Napoleon's marshals, like two abreast, sort of two going up the wall, and then across the top, and then down again. All these sort of little, they weren't miniatures, they were almost about big as your hand, kind of, well, slightly bigger than big as your hand, the ovals of all the things, just caught my eye, so it was very odd, because my other half of the time was wondering what the hell I was photographing these tiny little things when there's all this opulence and stuff around, but I focused on these little oval set of little oval paintings, but yeah, just interesting thing found there.
Yeah, I would have loved to be there.
Yeah. It was quite tiring. There was a lot of standing around and queuing and stuff, to be honest. So yeah, it was quite a long day. And then you've got the gardens, which is a stretch on to infinity. You think, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go walk around here for a while. Yeah, big place actually. Versailles, big place. Very good, very very pretty. Of course.
All right, we've got ourselves some combat here.
Ooh, okay.
I've finished moving.
Right.
I guess now we do a line of sight step again if any of us. I believe Poniatowski can see one of these guys adjacent to him. The other guy is currently uphill from him, so he cannot see him yet.
Yes, you see these guys. Just some damned Cossacks.
Okay.
Anybody in the middle area? Probably not.
I don't believe so, no.
Nothing
yet.
Changed. No, you can see them already. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Great.
Alright, so then we move to artillery reaction fire. So
yes,
you may barrage if you'd like.
Okay, so I think I've got the same again, those 3 points which I can push at Longchamp and Teste, at those brigades.
Yep.
It's 3 points. Don't think I can do any better than that. Not really got anything else I think I can do. Yeah, so those 3 points. That's it.
Okay.
So bombardment table, that's 3 this time because it's not halved because you're only 2 away.
Yep.
So on the 2 to 3 chart, roll 1 dice. Don't believe there's any modifiers.
There is not. No.
Point blank enfilade. No, nothing like that. Okay, 2 to 3. 1d6. A 4. A 4 is an
suppressed.
S. Suppressed. A bit like the rest of the army, really.
Funny.
Yeah.
Funny.
It's let's not play with the cards then. Massive. Okay. So that's my shot. So what does suppression actually do?
There are markers for this, but I
Ooh.
can't seem to find the marker.
Okay. Counters. Let's have a quick look, see if we can find them. General marker. Suppressed. Okay. CRT markers. Cohort demoralize. No. French CRT. No. Can you, is it, there's demoralized, and that's not the same, presumably. It's a demoralized state off the...
no, that's...
that's something a lot worse.
Yeah, that's usually tracked on the... like the campaign scenarios, mostly. As corps lose more men, they essentially become more demoralized and broken. But I can't seem to find the suppression marker, which is quite odd. I don't know why they would not have it in here.
In the back or something.
That's what I was looking at. Maybe they have it on a...
Yeah, because maybe in the... Ah, here we go.
Well,
Found it. Here you go.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It's under TNLB markers, sub menu TNLB marker, and then it's right down the bottom. Well, one from the bottom, because it's all in alphabetical order.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Sneaky that way.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. Suppressed.
Thank you very much. So we'll just put that there. That is going to help you out a lot.
Suppressed units suffer effects of demoralization in the next combat. Okay. I'm very happy about that. I'm only facing a small cavalry brigade anyway, but okay, so that's my bit of that. My artillery action. So it's your attack declaration.
Okay. We are going to have...
Oh, hang on. We had did we missed the cavalry retreat step?
Oh, yes. Yeah, you can...
Well,
actually, you can retreat before we even fight.
Yeah, I think I will do that, because I think I'm a little bit outnumbered. So, retreat is 1 hex?
Yes. Yeah.
Just 1 hex.
But the cavalry retreat is only 1 hex.
Okay.
Actually,
fine.
Let me check that. Oh, okay. It's 1 or 2 hexes.
1 or 2, my choice.
But you may not enter an Ezok.
Okay, yeah, I'm alright with that. So I might go there. Okay.
All right, and I believe you've got some cavalry guys with Poniatowski too. If you'd like to retreat there.
Yeah, that's true. Do they have to stay together, or can they split
up? They can split up, yes.
Okay. And 2 hexes. So 1, 2, and 1. Okay.
All right. Well, then, now that you did that, we don't have any combat.
No.
There will be some bombardment, I believe. I will do some bombardment.
So you just got a marker on top of Napoleon. Does that look like?
Yeah, I found. Yeah, it's their late start markers.
Oh.
I found that in the general marker. Yes,
like a double bed.
Yes, they are asleep currently. So
okay. Yeah, that looks kind of hotel-like, doesn't it? It's like a hotel type, isn't it? It's very much a sort of days in kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not like a campaign bed or something like that, you know. But anyway, I just looked at that and went, hang on. That's either a rather strange robot or a bed. So, where Napoleon used to be. Sorry, right, back to your bombardment.
Yep. So we're going to do a 3-factor bombardment from the 1,7 artillery unit.
Yes.
We're going to bombard your Vishovsky cavalry unit. He's yellow. He's
Zevolovsky.
Zevolovsky and Vlasov. Those 2 cavalry units there.
I think it's Zevolsky and Vlasov.
Zevolsky.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're going to barrage from there with 3 factors.
Clear. Yeah. Brilliant.
So 1 die. Oh, a 1.
A 1.
Of course.
3. Okay.
That is a miss. No effect.
Yeah. That deserves a bed marker.
All right. All right. So then I've got a 4-factor artillery barrage in hex 2019. You cannot see him yet, but there's 4 factors there.
He's in a town. He's in a town, so I can't see him. Yeah.
Yes, or I think actually no. You can see him now because the town is blocking terrain. So if I'm in the town, you can see me.
Okay.
But if I'm behind it,
yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got 4 factors.
4 factor, 4. Wow, that's a quite chunky horse artillery there.
Yes. We're going to hit the 8th horse artillery stack there.
Yeah, Vajulchikov. Yep. And the horse artillery. 4 points.
Yep. And so you actually have counter battery fire.
Presumably afterwards.
So my strength. Well, actually, no. It factors into my barrage strength.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So I halve you.
Yes.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Artillery action virus reduced by half strength of the artillery. I'm only a 1,
in the target hex.
So it's only a half a point. So that's not going to make any difference, is it? Well, 3.5 is not a 4. Maybe it's an extra.
It rounds down.
Okay, so it does make a difference. Yeah.
Yep. So that is just a 3.
Yeah.
Straight up 1 die.
Whoa.
A 6. Ooh.
6 DR.
That is defender retreat.
On successful initiative check, may convert the result to 1R instead.
Yeah. So you can choose to
get the hell out of there.
Stay and fight and take a step loss.
Yeah.
But...
No, I'll retreat 1 hex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Done.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
That is all the barrage that I have at the moment.
Okay.
So then we have the combat step. There is none because you
No cavalry
retreated
charge?
with your cavalry.
No cavalry
And
charge
that
from you?
is
No?
no, not at the moment,
Okay,
no.
great. And that's the turn.
Because the cavalry charges, they have to start their movement charging. Like
Oh,
they have to
okay.
actually mark themselves as charging cavalry.
Right. You don't move them then charge. Kind of men of
Yeah,
iron,
yeah, you
men of
can't.
iron
Yeah.
like you actually just okay.
Yes, yeah, very very
Those two.
similar. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Um,
Good.
so that's the end of the 4 p.m. turn.
Wonderful. Okay, well there we go. We've done a whole turn, and we're just on the 2 hour mark. So amazing timing as always. And what we got Michael saying, boom. Well, kind of a boom. I mean, okay. The cavalry kind of just stepped back over the water and said, don't like this much. But yeah, nothing. It's all been a bit skirmishy so far. Oh, it's long range artillery shots, really. So yeah, we're on to.
Well, if I didn't have that late start,
yeah, the late start and the early arrival kind
we
of thing.
could.
That's kind of skewed the
Yeah.
whole thing on. But there is a VP cost, isn't it? So, well, yours isn't a VP because you got the replacements as well, which didn't help you but cost you the VP. Mine cost me. So currently you're up 1 VP anyway. But there isn't any. Is there VPs in this scenario? Or is it just like whoever gets Shevardino wins, kind of?
There is. So essentially, we tally it.
Right.
So every turn that you hold Shevardino, you gain a victory point.
Okay, so I have 1 VP at the moment. Right.
Yeah, so you have 1 VP at the moment.
So it's cancelled out the thing. Okay.
Yes.
And then
at the end of the scenario, we tally up the cards that we've played during the turn. Each card in the main deck has a VP penalty or VP bonus.
Okay.
So we compare that to the however many we've accumulated by holding Shevardino, and then whoever has.
If you own Shevardino, you get 1 point a turn.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
if I hold it, I gain a victory point.
And we got five. We got was it 5 turns? So, wow, you got to get moving.
I know.
Whoa.
I know.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. That was that's the kind of the worst possible
got 4
start.
turns left.
Worst possible start.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, never mind. Anyway, we can. But we rattled through a fifth of the game all right so far, and but yeah, great. All right, well we'll hold it there. Thanks everybody for watching us walk through this and a rather bizarre version of Shevardino, which involved some kind of late afternoon refreshment for the French, and and of course thanks for many thanks for Jordan for just talking us through the rules that we got so far, and seem to have it is quite a light system, although it's added stuff. This seems very much like, as I said, there was the 3 days of Gettysburg, not the 3 days of glory Gettysburg, really Napoleonics, 3 days of glory system, which this seems more like, but I don't remember. The thing is, I don't remember that system having the locking Zocs. So I don't know. Something's happened there, but I lost track of this, frankly, last century. So yeah, but there is a bit more involved there. All these sort of counter battery stuff and bombardments and things. But no, this was great. Wonderful. Well, okay. Again, thanks, Jordan. As always. Hopefully we'll be able to sort things out for next week. For this and for the channel, hopefully we should be around on Sunday evening for some more madcap mayhem with Fields of Fire, where we might just be able to best the VC and win the scenario this time. You never know. See what else, what other rakes we can walk into, or banana slips we can slip on, or anything like that while we're doing it. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and until then, bye for now.